What's up, everybody? It's Kid, and I want to talk about something that I've been seeing this in comments and websites where you talk about games such as Soul Sacrifice, like forums and stuff. So I want to talk about this topic, which is Soul Sacrifice repetitive? Which I'm sure if you're familiar with this game, you probably heard that at least once. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put something on really quick just so I can talk about this. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna do a grunt quest. Just cause. Sorry, do you see these lines? These rainbow lines? Alright, they're gone now, but sometimes they just come back. I don't get it. Alright, so I've been noticing with my videos lately that the quality of them, I keep shaking. I don't want to shake my Vita so much, so I'm trying a new setup right now, a new way for me to hold my Vita, with my camera and such. So hopefully it works better. Alright, so back to my topic. Is Soul Sacrifice repetitive? Well, I think it's repetitive as in the sense as in every game can be repetitive if you keep putting as many hours as you want into the game. And what I mean by this, sorry that came out weird, but what I meant by this is if you play, sorry, one second, let me just adjust. If you play Soul Sacrifice a lot, and I had an account where I put 70 hours into that account. If you watch my other video, and I talked a little bit about how my Russian friend, sorry, let me lower this, how my Russian friend deleted that account, but yeah, 70 hours into it. I also have a Divine account, which has 9 hours into it, and this is my new account after my Russian friend deleted my other account, and this has 10 hours into it as of right now. So I'm pretty deep into this game, and even though I put so many hours into this game, I can still play it. I can still play it casually. I don't have to be trying to record a video, or I can just play it whenever I want. I still have the fire for this game, But I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the same, sorry, a little low battery sign came up. I don't have the same love and interest in this game as I did when I first got it. But to be fair, I was looking forward to this game for a very long time, I heard about it a year before before the demo even came out, And Sony was very sneaky with this. They just they let people know about it before the game was even close to being released here. So I was just anticipating this game so much. I wanted this game so much. And when it came out, I loved everything about this game. Literally every little detail. Now, this is bringing me to my main point right now. If you play a game like Call of Duty all the time, hours and hours into Call of Duty, that game's gonna be repetitive, right? And what's more repetitive than Call of Duty, honestly? That game, you do the same thing every single edition, every single release of Call of Duty, you do the same thing, right? But to be honest with you, I still love that game. I still play it. And there's a reason for that. It's because certain games just have just a thing, just like that fire, that you just keep wanting to play it. But after a while of playing a game such as Soul Sacrifice or Call of Duty, it's gonna die out, right? You're gonna get bored of it, and it's gonna become repetitive if it's the same mechanics. Well, really, any game could be repetitive if you play it too much. So it just depends on how you look at the game, right? So if you look at Soul Sacrifice, just purely RPG, purely a monster hunter type, like a monster killing game. If you look at it purely like that, then yeah, it's gonna get repetitive after a while, because you're doing the same thing. You're killing a boss, you're killing an enemy, you know, you're doing what you're doing. But if you look at this game like I look at it, and you just love it for what it is, the art style, how gritty the monsters are, the Archfiends, how, like, the word is gritty. Bloody, I guess. Kind of Devil May Cry-ish, if that makes sense. Kind of just like the art style of the monsters. They're pretty gritty. So, if you just appreciate everything about this game, about the spells, like, look, this is gritty. I'm using my blood as a gun right now. That's gritty. Anyways, if you look at this game as you're a powerful sorcerer and you want to make yourself stronger by continuing to play, then you get so much more out of this game. If you look at this game as more than what's on the cover, more than the core gameplay mechanics, the core game itself. You just gotta look more into it. And the reason I'm saying this is because I don't know if everyone is like me, but this is how I play my games. Back to Call of Duty. If I get bored of Call of Duty, I play it differently in my own head. Sorry, I see the rainbow lines again. Alright, so I play it differently in my head. What I mean by that is, if I'm playing a team deathmatch, per se, I'll look at the first, the top 3 of my team, the top 3 players. And if I'm in the top 3, or, like, whoever's in the top 3, I just look at it as everyone on my team has a job, right? Everyone has a job. We have to beat the other team. We have to do as good as possible. And we have to, if we're good people, we'll work as a team. We'll work together, help each other out. So I look at the top 3, and if I'm number 3 or number 2, that game is just so much more intense for me, because now I'm just like, alright, the top 3 people are like the generals of Call of Duty, of this game, of this team, of our force, our resistance, or whatever. The top 3 people are like, are the most, not most important, but most valuable people, right? Because they bring the most kills to the table, and hopefully don't have as many deaths. And I'm kind of rambling, but what I'm trying to say here is the way you play games and the way you think about them when you play them, it's gonna make your experience better. So if you play Soul Sacrifice, kind of appreciating every little detail of it, understanding that this is, let me show you. You have your book, you have Libram. You could talk to him, you could do whatever you want, because this is your world right now. You gotta look at video games as an escape, right? And in a future video, when I have more subscribers, and more views and such, I'm gonna explain why I love video games. I love portable games, especially Vita, PSP, all that. Why I love them so much. I'm gonna explain all that. And there's a big explanation for it, but I just don't want to explain it now. So, as you can see, you have Libram. You live in this cage. Okay, you're a slave. You're gonna be eaten. This is your only escape. You have Libram. You can talk to him whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. So you can talk to him.
Now stop dreaming. Get back to business.
And you can go into his chapters and relive the life of the person, I'm not going to spoil it, of the person who wrote Libram, who wrote the journal. So you can just relive everything. So every single map, every single enemy, all the lore, all the stories behind the maps and the Archfiends, every single map, every single enemy, it's all yours. Because Libram is yours. You have this book in the palm of your hands, So if you look at it like that and understand, when you choose a level, it's not just I chose this level because I want to kill this boss, get the XP, and get his sigil, right? Get his essence or whatever when you sacrifice or save. You can't just look at it like that. You gotta look at it as, I'm reliving this guy's life. This is an adventure that happened, just in my own words. And everything in this book is mine. Every Archfiend, every gritty looking Archfiend, every really cool map, every grunt, You just gotta look at it as it's all yours. You can't just look at it as a repetitive hunting sim, because you choose how much fun you have in a video game. Alright, well, that's all I want to say about the subject. Thank you for watching, and this has been good.